the video that you're about to see was something that I originally filmed for my making a Bumbag tutorial, until I kind of watched it back and thought, what is this like? People watching a tutorial want to see step by step how do you make it, you know, a bit more professional. They don't want to watch me faffing around for 15 minutes choosing my own fabrics, which is kind of what this is. Because I was going to delete that video, but I thought, do you know what? I actually get quite a few comments on like Instagram saying like, oh, how do you come up with your fabric combinations and how do you choose all your fabrics? So I thought, you know what, even if just one person finds it interesting, I've got the video, I'll post it. So that's what this is really, just me fanning around choosing and preparing fabrics for my own bag. So if that sounds something like you would like to be a bit nosy and watch, then here it is. Made a little coffee. For me, this is like one of the best things of working from home, making these nice fancy coffees. And I do want to watch some YouTube videos, to be honest, to do, you know, the fancy patterns. Is that time well spent? I do think it would improve my day, actually, to be fair. So okay, so Bumbags. I'm thinking actually I might make like 2 or even 3 now, using different fabrics, just so we can kind of see if there's anything you need to do differently. Alright then, so I'm going to look for some fabrics. I don't know if you can still see me. I'm thinking we'll do one tapestry one, because I've got, ooh, that's nice actually. It'd be the wrong way up, but I think I might get away with it. Because I do end up with these kind of leftover bits. Whose are they? Are they prescription? No, they're not mine. I mean, that's nice as well. So I'll see if I can squeeze one out of either that or that, because I'm only going to do one or that. So the way I'm going to test whether I've got enough is I'm just using my front piece of interfacing to kind of see if it'll fit on. It's quite good as well, because as it's slightly see-through, you can see what's going to be in your bag. Now this is it's just a little bit too small actually. I'll have to use that for something else. Okay, let's see what we've got here. See that? I think that would look really nice. I also found this, which is quite sweet. It's you know, like a sample fabric. This is quite nice because you can choose a little scene, and that boat actually there, it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, I love that. I think that's going to be really nice. But what I'm looking for is these kind of knitting samples. I got a bag of knitting samples. This must be it actually, although it's not. So where are they then? I'm going to go see if I can find them actually, because they're hilarious. As you can imagine, I've just got fabrics and bits and bobs shoved in every little nook and cranny of our quite small house. I mean, these are obviously, they're just samples done by someone and they didn't want to throw them away. I need to stretch it out really on something, but this says rock pop, which I presume is some kind of soft drink, because you've also got sun-kissed, Fanta. Anyway, this has got nothing to do with Bumbags, so, but look, 7-Up, Coca-Cola, I mean, hilarious, need to be used for something. But amongst that, also just like really full of really lovely knitting samples like this. And so I'd quite like to make a Bumbag out of one of these as well. I think it's quite nice for autumn coming up, because how nice would that be as a kind of crossbody with a nice woolly jumper? I think that would look really nice. I've never used any kind of knitting to make a bag before, so I hope it works. Okay, so we've got one woolen one knitted, one normal fabric one, and one cross-stitchy tapestry needlepoint one. Should be covering all bases. So now I'm going to get the ironing board out. I made a backpack out of this already. It has been through the washing machine. Otherwise I would put this in the wash first. On a wool wash, which is like 30 or 40 degrees, but it's not actually the temperature that affects it, like the spin. So that's why it has to be a wool wash, not just any wash at like 30, because it goes on a lot slower. So what I'm doing is I'm laying on obviously the wrong side. I'm going to lay the sticky side, which will be rougher, over where I want it to go. Okay, so now I'm just going to press them on. It's on quite a hot heat, so keep it moving. and it's on steam as well. Depending on the thickness of your interfacing, if it's really thin and you've got it on too hot a heat, it will just all kind of roll up and not react very well. And it kind of changes colour a bit when you know it's stuck. It's a bit more see-through. As you can see before, I cut this absolutely ages ago to make, like a fair while ago to make the backpack. It's not come undone. I think you imagine when you're going to cut into something like this that the whole thing's just going to unravel before your eyes and you don't know what to do. I think it can be quite daunting. But so now that I've put these on, I'm literally just going to cut those out. Okay, so this wool one, this should be quite interesting because I've never made one like this before, or made anything with like a knitted bit or a knitted bit of knitting. So I'm going to give it a good steam. Okay, so yeah, now I'm going to iron this on. Now this I would be, I mean I've never done this before, so I'm a bit worried about it all unravelling. So I'm going to cut it with the overlocker. Quite a fun thing to do with this lady's kind of samples though, because obviously she didn't kind of want them, but she didn't want them to go in the bin. So with that kind of thing, I'm always really happy to kind of be making something useful out of it. Okay, hopefully this works. So I'm just going to line up the chopper with the edge of the overlocker. Okay, that feels like quite a success. That feels like it is not going anywhere. I'm also going to overlock the needle point ones though. Be careful not to take anything off. Okie dokie, so for the one that I've got of the cute little boat design, I'm going to use this stonewash denim that I've got a bit of a leg of. I'm going to cut out the back piece and the two sides, and for me also the top front, because I haven't cut it out of my top fabric. Okay, so I lay it all out first before I iron anything on. Now these bits, these are the sides. And because with denim, you can see it's got this kind of diagonal kind of grain line running. You kind of want them to be opposites of each other. So if it's going in at that point and out at that point, you want it to do the same on the other. It always baffles me a bit, to be honest. Try and line one bit up. So for example, what I'm doing there is I'm lining this top little bit like that, and then, so the other one's going to be like that. It's coming in through the big bit and then out through the top bit there. So if I line that bit up so it goes in through that and out that, it'll be like that. It's funny really, you never expect them to. So I slot that one in there maybe and bring that one down there some. And then of course I've got this bit, I'll just have to shove this down here. So you can see here, I've not really done it that well. They are both going in kind of opposite directions, but these ones are slightly more vertical than them, but just so you kind of know what I was talking about before. Okay, so this blue I'm going to be using for the tapestry one. So it's kind of a navy blue thin cord. For these side bits, you could either, you know, line it up so you've got them going in opposite directions, or it sometimes looks quite alright to just do it straight. You need to have them both facing the same way because there's a nap to velvet, so otherwise it's gonna look a little bit odd. Squeeze that there. Now for this one, the knitted one, I did want it to be quite autumny and warm. So I've got this orange cord I got from an antique fair, or this navy pair of shorts. It's obviously seen better days, but it's quite hilarious because I got this, they're French Connection, and they were in perfect condition. So I said to my partner, oh look, you might as well have these shorts, they're in perfect condition. Joking, saying I'll have them back when you're done with them anyway. But one wear, I kid you not, one wear later, I got them back like this. So I don't know what happened there. But anyway, I think I might go with the blue, you know. Okay, so choosing linings. This is like my favourite part. I've got so many nice fabrics to choose from. To be honest, sometimes I just do this for a bit and see if anything like jumps out. But what I'm thinking is, see, that's really nice. It does get quite messy though, because I'm pulling things out and I can't be bothered to get them back in. It's a contender, but we shall keep looking. Little scrap of fabric. This is very nice actually. That's actually nice, I like that because it's quite kind of decadent and rich. So that's actually more of a contender, so this can go back. Well actually, it's actually of the same kind of elk as that one, but the colours are nice. Oh, it's a tough decision now. I think that's really nice. And actually, it's nice enough that I'm going to say, I'm going to stop there with that. I think that's a really nice little combo. Now I'm like, oh, is it? This one back neatly. Okay, next up is the wool. So what are we going to go for with that? Basically, I'm just looking for something that goes. I mean, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes it takes like ages, especially with the big ones, the big bags. I think people think I have this like natural kind of ability with picking patterns and things that other people don't have, but it's not like that at all. It literally is trial and error, not being scared to try and, you know, pull out a random one and see if it'll go, and just holding things up with each other really. That's quite nice, but I always think it's a bit weird to use florally stuff without it being floral for some reason. With something like this, because it's a bit of a geometric shape, actually stripes might look quite nice. And with it being, for me, it's a bit kind of geeky 70s granddaddy. Yeah, I'm thinking stripes might be nice. Put that back neatly. I'm kind of thinking no, but I'm thinking we're getting there with the pattern. Like, this is a fabric that on its own is quite ghastly, but it kind of goes with that kind of granddad vibes. But again, no. Purple, no. Not a chance. I mean, do you know what would actually be quite cool? That might be quite cool, mightn't it? I don't know. Oh, it'd be quite cool. I got this actually in case I ever do another like rainbow button bag, because I thought that'd be a nice lining for that. Put it back neatly. Put it back neatly. What about this? Oh, I'm singing. Getting way too comfortable. Every time, it's just such a weird fabric to choose fabrics from. It's the winning one so far. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I think it's got the kind of right amount of granddad vibes. I think I quite like that. Let's go for that for now. You see, that took a while. This really, it's not to be rushed. This one though, I already think I know, just from looking. I think, oh yes, that's just an easy. This fabric is so nice, it's thick, it's got a slight fade about it. It's just lovely. I like the pattern, I like the colours. So that was an easy one. Okay, cool. So the pattern pieces that you're gonna want to cut your lining out of are gonna be the back piece, and you'll want 3. So you see I've just folded that over, so there's 3 layers. Your front piece, front bottom piece, 1 of those, front top piece, 1 of those. Okay, now this piece, what I'm probably just gonna do here actually, because you want an opposite, I'm just gonna do that. And hope it fits on. Yeah, there we go. And that is everything you're going to need out of the lining. So I'll just cut this. And the other linings, and I've kind of told family and friends that I was going to like make my patterns and show people how to make them. Obviously you get the inevitable, what if people steal your designs or all of that. And it's like, I didn't invent the Bumbag. I didn't invent a roll top rucksack or you know, bags. I think the thing is, I think it's a silly thing really to see yourself, like for example, for me to see myself in competition with someone else who's doing a very small business, small time business. Do you know what I mean? Like, not one person like me or anyone else doing it. We couldn't make enough bags for everyone anyway. If you were to be in competition with someone, what I would think is more the case is that every single person doing a kind of small handmade, small business, as a whole, we are kind of more in competition with the mass-produced, kind of cheapo, supermarket kind of stuff. Sorry, supermarkets, but it's kind of true. The more amazing things that handmade people make, whether it's me or somebody else, the better it shows it, and it makes it more of a thing. If a lot of people are making a lot of amazing stuff from the houses, and it makes that quite an exciting way to shop. So really we should all be championing each other, you know, trying to work together a bit more like that. Do you know what I mean? This was an amazing find. It was 500 of these vintage zips, like 15 centimetres. So these are the perfect size for all your pockets on your lining. So leave them, thank you. Occasionally I've found strap things like ex-army surplus or someone's old haberdashery collection or something. On the whole, it is the hardest thing probably to get hold of secondhand. So I buy this from a good company, a UK-based family-run company. It's really good. It's cotton as well, because a lot of it's made from like polypropylene, which is plasticky, you know, it'll melt. It's called, did I say it's called William G? I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but it's a good place to get strap from. And they've got so many different colours as well. I'll probably go for blue there, and this kind of charcoaly grey. I'm just going to cut these straps, and that's everything. So next it'll be making.